everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight as we are doing Into the Idiot Box, a wonderful module that was written by Green Ronin Publishing and modified by me because I'm sick and twisted.
It's true, he is.
Our heroes have sort of been channel surfing tonight through various different TV shows, including Stay Tuned, which is a 90s style Alf-esque sitcom. They took a turn in infomercial world where everybody was struck very poorly by a wide series of unfortunate events and gained some help from the Helpomatic. They also took a little bit of time to go to The Stag, which is a Bachelor-esque style show where the Arctic Fox is the Bachelor in question. So that was a whole bunch of fun for me. If it wasn't fun for anybody else, I'm sorry about that, but sometimes I do things for me.
How dare you?
And now our heroes rejoin themselves on the show Happy Tree Friends, which features an artist who is very similar but legally distinct to Bob Ross. They find themselves all together at easels, ready to begin drawing for all intents and purposes. So, the Bob Ross figure in the center of the room does say, "Hi, welcome back. We're certainly glad you could join us today. I thought today maybe we could just do a fantastic little painting that I hope you'll enjoy. Let me show you what I got done today. I have my standard old pre-stretched double prime canvas, and I've covered it with just a very thin coat of liquid white. So it's all wet and slick, and it's ready to go. Let's just have some fun today. Today, let's start with a little tiny brush, the 2-inch brush. We'll take a small amount of alizarin crimson. We don't need much, just a little alizarin crimson. Just tap a little in the bristles. There we go. And let's go right up in here. We'll put a little bit of that alizarin crimson up in the sky today. Somewhere delicate.
Am I supposed to be doing that?
You're supposed to be doing that.
Oh boy.
Like, just streaks of it?
We'll put a little bit up in the sky today. Somewhere delicate. Just want to warm it up a bit.
Make sure it's alizarin crimson.
That's right.
That's just red, right?
It's a very specific shade of red.
Yeah, I'm already lost. This is
He said up in the sky, and there's no sky because it's just white.
That's because you gotta make the sky up in the sky.
Be very careful. In a heartbeat, you could set the sky on fire. All we want to do is warm it a little.
Okay.
This is supposed to help me focus my artistic talents. It's bad.
There we go. Something about like so. That's all we need. Next painter.
Oh,
Look, Kevin.
great.
Now, we should have a little water down here at the bottom. I'll put a little bit down here at the bottom. Just a little bit of water.
I get crimson streaks in the non-existent sky, and he gets water.
I don't even know how to scroll this.
Well, presumably cerulean.
You just click on whatever color you want it to be, Kevin, on the ring outside.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were trying to talk into Bob.
It's hard to
Just
turn
click
off.
on the
Yeah,
ring.
sorry. It's Kevin. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like,
There's a
I
color
feel like I'm
wheel.
off the page. Yeah, I get that, but like the canvas part, like. What's going on here?
If you're hovering over the white, you should see a little light. There you are.
But I had to make it real tiny to see the bottom.
There we go.
Okay.
Keep working. Just a little bit of water down at the bottom.
Oh, I made a notion. So.
Now, maybe a little of that pinkish color will reflect right into the water.
What?
Pink.
On the water?
Next painter or
Yeah, we'll go next painter.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, maybe a little of that pinkish color will reflect right into the water.
I hate you, Alex.
If we don't, if we don't have water, we'll just cover it up. No big deal, because in our world, we can do anything that we want to do. All right. In that case, let's go into a little bit of that Faltho blue. Once again, we don't need much, and I don't even have to clean the brush. The phthalo blue is so much stronger than the crimson, it'll just eat it up.
Oh my gosh. Doubt.
Next painter.
You ever seen the movie
It's
Scanners?
looking pretty good.
I hope there's an art school or something.
Let's go back up in the sky with a little bit of that phthalo blue. I'm just going to make little X's like crisscross strokes. Go all the way across the top. Bring it down until it almost touches the crimson. Once again, the blue is so much stronger. If you're not careful, it'll just eat all the crimson up. Now, I'm going to take a little Prussian blue, which is much darker, and just add to the corners on each side.
Russian blue.
Prussian blue.
Oh. It's literally purple.
Something like that. And once again, while I have the blue on the brush, I'm going to go down and put a little bit down here. If I'm going to have water, we need a little blue down there.
It's purple.
No, it's still in the blue gradient.
Russian
No.
blue.
There we go. It really doesn't matter because we'll change it in any direction that we want when we get there. There. All right. And now the most fun part of the whole procedure. Let's clean the brush.
What?
Tap, 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 tap.
Excellent. We wash our brushes, as you know, with odorless paint thinner, and I really, really recommend that it's odorless or you become the most unpopular person in your whole house.
Hey, Paul.
All right, next painter. Okay,
Oh,
very
Oh,
gently, very gently, just blend the entire sky.
Blend it.
There is not a blending tool on this.
There is not a blending tool, I don't think.
No,
Have a
there's
good
not.
time.
The tool is just lacking.
try to
All right,
get
let's
a
have
color
some
that's
fun.
between two.
All right, Bowman. We're going to take one brush now, and we're going to tap right into the titanium white.
Okay.
Show you a simple, simple little way of making a happy little cloud. All we're going to do is just take and tap in a little basic shape. We don't care. Just tap it there. It's the easiest way I've ever found of making very effective clouds. Think about the basic shape. Now, this old cloud could float around and just have a good time all day. Maybe something about like here. A clean, dry brush and very gently, 1 ounce of air. We can just blend this rascal till it's as soft as you want it to be. It's that easy. We've got some happy little clouds that just live up here in our sky. Alright, next painter.
Is that me?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's make us a little happy mountain. For that, I'm going to take some Prussian blue, some black, a little brown in there too, a little Van Dyke, some crimson. Just mix them up.
Yeah, let me just.
Just pick a mountain color, whatever you want.
Okay. Which side?
Let's decide in our world, maybe way up in here, there's just a happy little mountain that lives way up here. We don't care, however you want it to be.
Oh, that's dark. Whatever. Go on with it now.
It's a very ominous mountain.
No racing. Accidents happen.
There are no accidents, just happy little mistakes.
Oh, it's behind the clouds. It's huge.
It's like in the distance.
Alright, that's a happy little mountain. Let's go to the next painter.
Who is it?
It's Kevin, I think.
Oh.
Alright. Let's take some gray and let's warm up that little mountain. Start filling it in. We just follow the angle of the mountain.
It's not very-
I really hope we can save this.
I don't. Never want to see this again.
Just take a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures of it as we go so I can see my progress.
That's right. Keep filling in the mountain.
Oh,
If you
that's
just
good.
if you just pretend that he was a whisper and he floated across the mountain, and it's sort of a good analogy, he understood. And today the little rascal Dave makes the best mountains in the industry. All right.
I made the mountain, but okay.
Now that we've touched up the mountain, let's switch to the next painter. And we're going to put happy little shadows that live in our mountain. Whenever you're ready, Derek, just go ahead and blend the shadows on the mountain. Just tapping away, filling in the cracks and the crevices. Welcome to the Untold Stories Project's ASMR.
Right?
Yeah, because they're all wondering what the is going on here.
Maybe we should do this more often.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
12 Bob Ross.
It's relaxing, but also fun.
Now that we've gotten some more of that gray on the mountain, we're going to want to add a little snow up there on top. So let's switch to the next painter. Just take some more of that titanium white. That's right, Gemma. Think where the light would hit.
Apparently my layer is behind.
Oh no.
True.
Or you can click on all and erase some of that shadow if you need to.
Nah, it's okay.
This mountain says our light's coming from the right, so pay attention to where light would strike.
Yeah, definitely my layer is behind the layers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Draw it on like the top. Like around the peak or something, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
in that case, Resonant, why don't we draw some happy little trees down on the ground off to the left?
Alright.
Grab some of that LaFondie green. And just make some happy little trees down there. Just above the water. It just lives right there now. Just use the corner of the brush to start out. As you work down the tree, push harder and harder. Those are some happy little trees. Next, artist.
Yep.
I want you to go through and start adding in the landmass that the happy little trees and the happy little mountain lives on. Right above the body of water at the bottom.
So we got let's go with a bit of a brown here for the ground.
Bowman's into it.
Bowman's hair has become an afro.
This is how I practice my hand-eye coordination. Okay, sure. Let's, I don't know, some ground here.
It doesn't matter where you put the ground. This is our painting. This is our practice. We're just having fun today.
It's like a little bit of a hill. It's a bit hilly as you get towards the mountains. It's a little rough there. Got to make some effort on your hike.
You know, Bowman, maybe in our world, maybe this is a beautiful little grassy area back here. It's one of those places you'd like to take your shoes off in. Let your feet run naked through here. Nice little meadow.
Good thing to say.
Let's induce some grass around the trees here. Make it a bit grassier until we get towards this edge. And I don't know, maybe the grass kind of thins out a bit as we get closer to here. I sure hope this looks good on the stream.
Looks
All right.
great.
Well, it can be seen on stream. We'll leave it at that.
They can see it.
Now, next artist, Centuria. I want you to take a little bit of red and sign this painting and call it finished.
Where?
Wherever you like.
Should I just do a C? You said sign it, right?
That's what I said.
Okay. I don't want to write the whole name, but that seems rude, so I'm just going to put a C right.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little painting. It'll give you experience with all the equipment, and if you can do this one, you can do anything. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless, my friend. And
Why did nobody else get to sign it?
No.
I'll sign it.
Everybody can sign it. That's fine. Go ahead and sign it before we take the screenshot.
Okay, I'm gonna sign it under Centuria. I'm gonna sign it with a little bow.
Hi, welcome back.
I love that.
That bird is flying vertically.
I think there's something on top of my layer there.
Oh, man.
Look at what you've done.
This was fun.
Oh,
I feel like
I forget the screenshot button. Oh,
Print
there it
screen?
is. I got it to go.
I feel like this is part of the Jackbox thing where it's like, you made this. How do you feel about it?
Oh, man. You guys
That
want to see
boat
what?
looks nice.
You guys want to see what the painting was supposed to look like?
No.
No.
You know what? No, yeah. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Yep.
I think this is perfect.
It is perfect. Awesome. We're gonna go back to the face overlay. Good job, everybody. Thank you for indulging me in my nonsense.
Whew.
And as the world sort of scrolls away, we find ourselves. As the static fades, the first thing you feel is an oppressive humidity soaking into your body. Then the smell of aftershave and stale coffee. You stand in the middle of a bustling police bullpen wearing t-shirts, pastel blazers, and sunglasses as uniformed officers move between desks. A sweaty, pudgy man in his shirt sleeves slams a folder down on the desk beside you, his face turning red before he finally screams. Well, you jokers got the bus, but you also blew up half the damn harbor. I had to suspend you all. But after saving the mayor's daughter, you get one more chance. And so we join the cast of Tampa PD. And this high-octane Who song begins to play over the opening credits as various sights and scenes of Tampa explode around in this high frenetic action sequence. And you're all standing in the police bullpen, being addressed by Captain Torres, who is overweight, short, and bald, standing in front of a chalkboard.
Torres, you know you wouldn't be anything without us.
Don't test my blood. Don't test my cholesterol. Character's name I don't remember. Noble.
Noble.
Angela Noble.
How could you forget a name like that?
BS score goes up.
No, the BS score doesn't go up when I get it wrong. And he's standing in front of a chalkboard on which is written an organization chart with the Cayman at the top. Several of the other names are crossed out or circled with dates written next to them.
Detective Cruz will light a cigarette with his Zippo lighter, of course, and give Detective Noble a wink as she is trolling Captain Torres.
Lift her one eyebrow up and like smirk a little. So what do you have for us?
Well, during that crazy bust that you all got up to, you seized $5 million worth of drugs. This puts us closer to the Cayman than we've ever been. Capturing this drug kingpin has to be our top priority. And don't screw this up. I don't want to see any showboating. You might have saved the mayor's daughter, but I want nothing flashy. Nothing over the top. Just good, clean police work. And try to keep the citizens safe.
Well, it's funny, boss, because you put up there it's the Cayman, but the last time I remembered working on a case like this, it was the Cayman Island. So that's a nice pun on words.
Yeah. Glad you noticed that. Now get back to work.
Oh, sure thing, sir. We will make sure to have a lot less explosions and car chases and car flips and car crashes in the next case.
Yeah, I really would prefer to stay behind my desk this time, guys, if that's at all possible.
Careful, Shep. Torres comes to a sudden stop. You're liable to go halfway up to his stomach. It's ABTV. I gotta keep it clean.
I'm not quite sure how that would happen. If we came to a sudden stop, I would be wearing a seatbelt, of course, because that is
oh god,
car
Shep.
safety protocol.
Shep.
Kid, we'll make a detective of you yet.
Well, there's a test for that.
And you already passed it, Shep.
Is it too early to start day drinking? Because I'm gonna need one if Shep doesn't calm down.
Better cut back on that drinking or I'm gonna win our competition.
We'll see, Ange. We'll see.
Alright.
You're awfully quiet about all of this.
Yeah, Todd.
Sergeant.
His name is Todd. I can't even. I'm sorry, I'm breaking character. Did we lose Todd?
Nope.
Just not responding.
Like,
He just shakes his head and walks back to his desk.
He keeps it up. We're gonna go lethal weapon on this whole scenario. Oh, you kids never saw that movie. Never mind.
Wouldn't it be? I don't know. Time is weird.
Or it hasn't happened yet.
I say we just go get these guys and give them a real beat down.
Really, can I just, if you guys are going to do that, can I just stay here and start the paperwork for when you inevitably screw something up and I have to cover your asses?
Garcia, we need you there.
Right.
Why?
We get it done, Garcia.
I know. And then I have to do all the paperwork. I'd rather get a jump on it.
Well, you can get a jump on it in the car. Let's go. We're home.
We gotta show Shep here how it's done.
That's right.
Okay, but if you could stick to the speed limit this time,
No promises, Shep.
Oh, Shep.
that's only one promise.
So, as you all begin to roll out and go do your cop thing, you do notice sort of in this highly stylized montage popping up the names underneath the Cayman. There are 3 major lieutenants. Elsa Diaz, who is also known as Lady Butterfly, Matt the Mouse Milani, and Bruiser Karnak. Aside from their names and aliases, not much else is known about them. The other names that have been crossed out are no longer viable leads, likely deceased, and the circled names are those who have been arrested, with the dates being the dates they were taken into custody. You all know, since you are 80s cops, that you need to go through one of these lieutenants to find the Cayman.
What were their names one more time? My pencil was not working.
Oh, no worries. Elsa Diaz,
The butterfly.
Matt the Mouse Milani, Bruiser Karnak.
I don't know. I kind of feel like a challenge. I say we go with this Karnak character.
You sure we don't want to talk to that mouse guy?
I'm down for a fight.
Shep, we got enough mice around here already. All right, we don't need another one.
Is there?
Usually it's rats. Chase, rats, not mice, rats.
Gee, that's
I'm
even
laying
worse.
on a metaphor here, Garcia. Don't ruin the show. Come on.
Yeah. I'm with Chase. I'd like to give this bruiser character a bruising.
That's democracy, people. Let's roll.
I don't think you counted all the votes.
You snooze, you lose. Election day is come and gone. Let's go.
This is my favorite episode of Criminal Minds. I know it's Miami Vice, but the subscene plays out as a montage as you're sort of shifting from one fashionable locale in downtown Tampa to another. As you investigate the Cayman's gang, you visit the beautiful Tampa University campus, the Sunshine, Skyway Bridge, theaters, and bustling amusement parks. And I want one of you guys to make a check of your choice as you're sort of going through this skill challenge, quote unquote.
Just one, or you want everybody to do one?
I want everybody to do one.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna make it.
My character would be better at intimidating than I am, so I'll do an investigation if everyone's cool with that.
I'll do insight. Basically, get a lay of the land wherever we are, and find the crook that as soon as he looks at me, he runs away.
I'll do athletics, so that when he runs away, I can tackle him.
I kind of want to do vehicles, but I don't think anyone's gonna let me drive.
Oh, that has to happen, Shep. Yes, I am all for that. Shep is driving.
We're just yelling at you.
Holy
to speed
crap!
Up.
I'm using one of them their hero points because holy crud, that was awful.
I'm thinking the sergeant will use intimidation, find one of the previous locked up people that we've captured already, the junior lieutenants.
Now talk.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do that investigation again. I have too many windows open. And that is a genuine 18 because I rolled a little higher that time, so a little too high.
I got a 32 on my insight.
26.
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point roll again.
Where's got a hero point?
Give me all of your hero points. I'll take them.
Become 27 and 21. Nice, guys.
Awesome. So everybody succeeds on what they're doing. So I'm just gonna hand the montage over to you all as you're searching. You're looking for Karnak, the Bruiser Karnak, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this has to start with Mortis doing his intimidation on a previous detainee, and then going out into the field with Resonant spotting the shady character through the sea of people at the. Actually, no. Let's do it this way. Resonant spots the shady character. Centuria chases them down. Mortis intimidates them to get them to give up the location. Maybe that starts with Kevin doing the investigation. Then it goes that way. And then the final scene is like the car slamming through the building where the K-Man's at.
It's an automatic, Shep. Quit trying to shift gears.
I'm just imagining like Bowman's Muppet character, like behind the wheel. Like,
That's just wrong.
I'm not gonna make it. We're gonna end early. My whole face hurts. So yeah, after some trials and tribulations and some good police work, you all are able to find Karnak. He's holed up in a beautiful Tampa apartment building out. It's sort of on the outskirts of town. And as you're all sort of getting ready to go in and nab him, who's going first?
Cool. Me, of course. Gotta kick the door in and,
Excellent.
You kick the door in, but then Angela rushes by you.
kind of gives her a look that's partial annoyance and partial pride as she does her thing for the woman.
Awesome. In that case,
No, he'll glare at Shep. Today, Shep, let's go.
What? Oh.
Angela, I would
okay.
like a dodge check as you rush to the door.
Oh no, I'm gonna need zeros. That sucks. 20.
20. That is enough to avoid the shotgun blast that was about to take your head off.
That's good! Woo!
So the gun, boom! You hear the explosion. It tears through the drywall behind you, narrowly missing Cruz as well.
Can I
And,
tackle him to the ground?
You sure can. Give me an athletics check.
Will do. 30.
Annihilate it. You just blitz him and you knock him down.
I look back at Chase and I'm like, my point. Put it on the board.
And Karnak, Karnak's just sort of like this former boxer. He looks like a brick wall of a guy. The shotgun rattles off as Centuria tackles him to the ground. And he looks up at you all and he's like, I ain't telling you nothing.
They always choose the hard way. These clowns never learn.
If I beat another guy up, I'm going to get suspended from the force, so I need you guys to do something.
Well, I'm sure we can think of some investigative, interrogative techniques to use. Protocols to follow.
We could waterboard him.
That's not protocol.
I feel like Shep needs to become a regular character.
Yeah, I kind of fell into Shep real easily somehow. I don't know where he came from.
He's like the opposite of Bowman, too.
Yes. It's glorious.
Shouldn't we read him his rights?
Guess we should take him in. Interrogate him the old-fashioned way.
Oh, hang on a sec, guys. Let me see if I can do something. Can I use my emotion reading to get a sense from him that I can basically use to turn the tables on him to get him to spill the beans?
Yeah, your emotion reading is a power that you have access to in this universe.
So that would be an insight check to utilize here?
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. That's a 39.
My God,
Wow.
you know everything.
He definitely knows where the Cayman is, and he is willing to fold under the slightest bit of pressure.
Let me know if you want me to apply that pressure.
Yeah, go ahead and apply that pressure.
She's gonna put her forearm against his neck and just sort of start pushing down so that it cuts off his airway.
No, right there. Right? Yes, that right there. That's the perfect acupuncture point.
She'll listen to him.
What are you, some kind of like new age hippie lady?
Oh, don't worry, you'll feel better in the morning.
I don't believe you.
Are you ready to tell us?
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. The
She'll let
Cayman.
him.
And he kind of, grabs his neck, looks up at all of you. He says, he's out at his villa overlooking the bay. And we'll go to commercial and cut to a different show.
Centuria is just like, oh my gosh.
Sorry.
This is weird that I want to see how these things end.
I know.
Still, at
Almost
least we're making progress.
unsatisfied.
Well, I feel like we're making progress.
Sure, this is on rerun somewhere. You can watch it later.
But will it be the same?
Everybody's going to have a TV marathon at the Nexus. Speaking of the Nexus, you all are in the Nerian Nexus right this second. All as yourselves, and there is a camera crew standing next to you. And they all seem to be waiting for you guys to do something.
Are we back?
No.
What are you
Can't
guys doing here?
Oh, we're just here to get some B-roll for your guys' appearance on pornography.
On what?
On what?
Pornography.
Pornography?
Oh, pawn. Wasn't sure where you were going with that. Hey, this is a family friendly channel. Come on now.
That would be a different show.
Yeah. You guys are bringing in something for the the crew to appraise and give you some money for.
It's Pawn Stars.
Oh.
Why do we need money?
Because not all of us are independently wealthy. Looking at Bowman.
Don't you own a business?
As I said, not all of us are independently wealthy.
What I'm talking about, buddy.
Bowman learned a lesson about economics that day.
You own a business, right? Yeah, it's not a 1,000-year-old establishment in Freedom City.
Yeah, you
My
got
daddy
money, you're
isn't
fine.
rich, Bowman.
Hey. All right, so what are we giving up? What do we got?
They're sort of looking at you like you're supposed to bring it into the shop. We don't know.
Huh.
What about those blood sense?
No.
I was gonna go. I was gonna go get a spoon. Look at this very nice spoon. 40 years old. Who's the most famous superhero in this universe?
Your dad.
Oh, that seems wrong to
So
offer a spoon that was eaten off of by my dad.
No, we have the helmet of Centurion.
I'm not auctioning that.
I didn't figure you were.
But
It's
I can
not
auction.
real.
But what if it is somehow?
Oh Lord.
They kind of
It
look at
just
you
feels
guys.
wrong.
They look at you guys and they're like, "This is like Adrian Eldridge's house, right? He's got a bunch of cool stuff. Go grab something and we'll take it in. It'll be a great shot no matter what you bring."
Is it possible for me to find something that will basically sit in the shop for a bit and then teleport itself back to the Nerian Nexus?
Oh, what about the capes? They flew here, right?
They did.
Yeah, but I don't want.
Capes.
But if we take them a flying cape, they will likely put it into something that it cannot escape from. That's why I want something that teleports.
Yeah, that's also how
Fair
you
point.
create a supervillain.
Yeah.
No matter what we take, that's how you create a supervillain.
That's true. I think we should just give him a spoon.
You don't know what Adrian's spoons are like.
Oh, that's true.
Give him the cerulean teapot that Adrian used to serve tea to his apprentices out of.
I'll let you give them something that teleports back to the Nexus with a hero point.
That's a risk, man.
I know. I feel like I need my hero points.
We don't know what's coming up. We still got 45 minutes.
Does he have any? I don't know.
Maybe we should just act out until they change the channel.
Come on, give him something good. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah, we're working on it. Look, what if, I don't know, do we have something in here that you're not afraid to lose? What about, here, take an arrow, just make it look flashy. We'll give them that. I got plenty of these.
You have regular arrows?
Regular.
I think they want something that was here. So
Yeah, but I want the guy to change the channel. And so if we give him a regular arrow, he's gonna be like, let's do this, and then he's gonna change channel.
yeah, but we don't know if we need him to change the channel right now. So let's take a look through the Nexus, see what we can find. Something innocuous.
Both the swimming.
What's that? What did you suggest, Jonesy? I didn't hear you.
The belt of swimming.
The Leviathan band.
It's already been, the big importance belt tied to it's already been broken. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can use
That
that.
seems like a good plan. Yeah.
All right. Come back with the Leviathan band.
Awesome. And the camera people will sort of set up and put you guys in sort of this testimonial layout with one of you sitting in a chair in front of the camera ready to talk to it. And they'll sort of point, yeah, you, Centuria, why don't you sit down and tell us how important this thing is to you or whatever.
I don't think you want to talk to me. I think Resident is a good representative.
BS counter goes up by 1.
Okay, I guess I'll sit down. This belt lets you breathe underwater for 7 minutes. Which can be very useful for several different things.
We're not really feeling you connect with the object. Is there a better story you could tell us about how important it is to you? Like, we really want to emphasize that losing this is going to be it's a big decision you're making. And why do you need the money?
We need the money. When we acquired this belt, we saved a woman's life, and it was the only reason that she lived. That I connected with that. I connect with every person that I save, but with that lady, the fact that she was able to save herself before we could get to her was amazing. And I'm sad to part with this belt, but unfortunately, we're not getting as much tax money as we used to be getting. So we need to raise some funds to go to fix up the city from damages of fights that we've had, and, help with our health care and that kind of thing. So while I'm sad to see the belt go, unfortunately, it is necessary.
Beautiful, great take. Okay, everybody, pack it up. We're gonna head on down to the pawn shop, and we'll go through we'll go through the appraisal process.
Great.
And as the commercial goes and the static begins to crackle and move along again, it comes back up, and we join Resonant and Mortis as a couple of very stiff upper-lipped British servants, a housekeeper and a butler in the kitchen of this beautiful mansion. Looks very similar to the mansion that the Bachelor is being held in. With these beautiful sprawling grounds, and you two are in the midst of preparing for the upcoming ball.
So we were in the kitchen?
Yes.
So Resonant's probably walking behind all of the different cooks and people that are preparing the meal and looking over, doing taste tests and checking to make sure that everyone's getting everything done as quickly as possible. And she'll look over at Mortis and say, "How much longer do we have before the gala tonight, dear?"
2 hours, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds.
You have to be so precise, don't you?
Make sure nothing goes. Schedule.
I'm trying my best to keep everything under control for this evening. I know how you hate it when things go awry. Now, shouldn't you be seeing to the guests that arrive? I need you out of my kitchen. Out.
Do you turn and walk off?
So, Tarquin, you head on down out of the kitchen and into the main entranceway of this beautiful mansion, where you do see Lord Reynold Gardner arriving in a huff.
Excuse me, you there?
I walk up. May I take your hat and coat, sir?
Oh yes, please, thank you. I'm looking for Annabelle. Is she around?
Isabella.
Oh, I'm looking for Annabella, in
I
fact.
don't want to marry you.
Yes, pardon me. I seem to have misforgotten her name.
Miss.
It's tough, isn't it?
I believe she's upstairs preparing for this evening's gala.
She's not been seeing that damnable Sir Darcy again, has she?
That is not something I would know about.
Yes, of course, quite. Well, I shall ask her myself. Your chambers are up this way, and
No, please, this way. And I will guide him into the sitting room. Go upstairs, dude.
very well. I shall wait here.
I'll let you know that you've arrived.
Tarquin, you head up to Annabella's room. Annabella, what are you up to as the butler knocks on the door?
I'm assuming that I'm like laying on my bed, dreamily talking about how amazing Sir Darcy is to my maid. And how much I hate Sir Garden or Lord Gardner because he's old and he doesn't get my name right, and I'm only engaged to him because I'm pretty much being sold by my father to him to, you know, settle this peace deal. So she's just talking about all that.
And of course, Sir Darcy has climbed the trellis outside her window and is sitting on the windowsill. When the maid looks up and sees him, then he just offers a cocky grin. Oh, don't let me interrupt. It's been a grand story. Do continue, please.
Sir Darcy.
'Tis I, my lady. And he'll sort of sweep in and kiss her hand, beating a gallant knee by the side of her bed. Give the maid a little wink.
What are you doing here? If they catch you here, the stories.
This, please.
Knock,
This-
knock,
this-
knock.
Oh,
Who is it?
'tis fate.
Just fake.
Tis.
My lady, there's a company for you.
Who is it?
His Lord Gardner.
She'll just dramatically sigh and look at Sir Darcy. I hate him. I hate that we can't be together.
Well, perhaps I'll just have to set the old chap straight.
You shouldn't fight him. He has a lot more money than you, and he has a lot more resources.
Yes, but he's old. And my blade is not turned aside by money, my dear, as you should
Ayo.
know.
Wow.
Whoa!
I mean, geez, I know who I would pick.
Renaissance swoon.
This is what you get for that Bob Ross crap. Tell him fired up.
Oh.
Okay.
I think I killed the GM. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill the GM on stream.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a freaking asthma attack because I'm laughing so freaking hard. Whew. Okay.
Tarquin has arrived and has informed you that Lord Gardner is downstairs awaiting your presence.
I must go to him.
Oh, I'll not let you go unescorted, of course. That old lecher, who knows where his hands may wander.
Okay, if you must. But be careful.
Milady, I am a gallant knight sworn to serve your house. Of course I will guard you when monsters are about.
I hope that you'll guard yourself.
Fear not.
Okay.
And sort of offer her his elbow rather gallantly.
No, I'll go downstairs.
Seeing them walk out, I just shake my head.
That saucy butler. Is he mocking us?
Centuria just looks at Overdrive and she's just sort of like laughing because what are we doing?
Thank you for the moral support Zao power up for
No.
So, the three of you go downstairs to the sitting room, where Fiona is serving refreshments to Lord Gardner when all of you arrive in the central chamber.
And Resonant sees Annabella and Sir Darcy coming through, and she gives that quizzical look to Mortis, like, oh, and what saucy details do you have to tell me now? Tell me, my dear, what do you truly desire?
Annabella will curtsy slightly and say, Lord Gardner.
Oh yes,
My lady!
my dear.
Be careful. It appears some ghoul has crawled out of a nameless crypt in the moors and come to haunt you. Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Gardner. I didn't recognize you. You're even more decrepit than the last time I saw you.
Oh my god.
Is this your attempt at wit, Sir Darcy?
I would never have such a battle with an unarmed person, sir.
I dare say if you have a battle of wits with me, you shall find yourself quite unarmed.
I got you first.
Damn that man, he's right.
Like,
This episode is too much for me.
seriously. Oh.
Please, sirs, please calm down. We could talk this out civilly.
Very well. I will defer to the lady's preference.
While they're talking, I'm quietly removing the dueling pistols from the camera and polishing them.
I thought you were hiding them. You're getting them ready.
Oh, heck no.
Annabella, my dear, are you ready for our oncoming ceremony?
I fear that I will never be ready for the ceremony.
Well, of course you will. All you need is a lovely dress, a lovely smile, and I'm sure you have both of those.
But I do not love you.
Man, if this were a movie, there'd be so many outtakes, I swear.
Lord Gardner seems thoroughly unfazed by this statement, and he will simply reply with, "My dear girl, marriages have nothing to do with love."
I almost spit my water all over.
This is your fault, Alex.
All
This is
your
my
fault.
fault. This one is my fault.
I've always dreamed that I'd marry for love, and I love Sir Darcy. Not you.
Yes, well, be that as it may, you do not live in a storybook fantasy. This is the real world.
Where old men die of too much stress. Have a care, Lord Gardner.
I've seen young men die quite soon, too. when they find themselves against a opponent they should not have faced.
Ah, and you doubted the speed of my wit, and I will try to like quick draw my blade and just sort of not stab, just sort of threateningly menace him. You can't even blink fast enough to defend yourself. What would you do if we actually had a contest, you old fool?
Why don't we find out? And Lord Gardner will also draw a sword, which I imagine looks like I think I'm kind of imagining it's like slightly curved, like a bow would be, because he doesn't actually have a bow, I guess.
I'm imagining at this point the servants are like coming and taking Annabella out of the way so that she's not with the men with swords.
No. This would be Resonant would step in and kind of grab Annabella by the shoulder and kind of lead her out and turn her back and say, or turn back to the men in the room and say, "If you gentlemen don't mind, could you find a less harmful place to have your little spat? I just made the servants clean that parlor. I'd rather not get bloodstains out of the carpet. Find a stone path that can be cleaned much easier for your little duel or whatever it is you're going
Well,
to
I
do."
expect Lord Gardner will only spill dust rather than blood when I slit his rotting old corpse open, but I suppose you're right.
Very well. I mean to take ownership of this castle. I'd rather not spill blood on it immediately. I think I'm losing my accent. I'm trying not to laugh. You, outside with me.
I challenge you to a
Of
duel.
course.
Wait, what time period is this? Do women do favors still?
Yeah, favors are probably appropriate.
Okay, I'm gonna like run up and give Sir Darcy a favor and say, please be careful, I can't lose you.
My dear, only one doddering old fool is going to lose anything in the next 10 minutes. And then we shall hear no more excuses in our way.
She'll just sort of like, ah.
And he'll kiss the back of her hand again. Don't you fret, my dear. I'll take care of everything.
Awesome.
When Annabella, when Centuria gets back to the group, Resonant's going to take her arm again and go, "You know, if Sir Darcy wins, your father will be quite upset. War will be coming from the choice you've made. I hope you've chosen well, my dear."
I shouldn't have to choose between war and love.
"I know, but such is our lot in life."
Being a woman isn't fair.
"Never."
And then we go to commercial break.
Oh.
I didn't use my skill. Guys, I have a skill that's romance fiction. That's my secret skill, and I was hoping I was going to get to use it, but then we were all dramatic.
I wanted to trade more witty barbs. Oh god, now I'm a pirate. Yarr! I be taking this
kept
last for
going.
myself.
Yeah, that's okay, Calvin. Every time I try to do a French accent, it always slips into German for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know what that's about.
Because
That was so good. I'm so glad that happened.
So the channel changes, and you guys find yourselves in the intro music of this very epic, like late 2000s ghost show with a lot of like the night camera and all the green on the screen and people screaming and running around, and then it's cut with images of the daytime with Centuria's character Roxy Wrecker with a sledgehammer just knocking down walls and laying down tile, and there's this sort of like vaguely Linkin Park music playing.
Not quite Linkin Park, or
Not
you know.
It's like Lincoln Clearing.
King Meta.
Jackson Park.
And the massive like surreal home makeover pops up, and the over voice says, "On today's show, our makeover artists are going to be tackling their most terrifying project ever. Enter this building." And it sort of cuts to this one room. Looks like what used to be like either like a Puritan era church turned one room schoolhouse turned leftover typhoid hospital.
Hmm.
Sort of this single structure with a large chapel at the top. Doesn't look like it's supposed to be a house at all. And the overlaying thing says, on today's show, we're going to be tackling Shaw Manor, which is the oldest operating serial killer house in the United States. Originally, it was a church where a young priest took all the children in his village and removed their eyes and left them for their parents to find. Then it became a school, and all of the kids got sick with typhoid, and it became a typhoid ward. And it has been abandoned for the last 130 years. Now the Surreal Home Makeover crew is going to find out if they can turn this haunted house into a haunted home. And the camera pans down to Chet Danger. And Cody.
Well, the bonus with this house is that it's got an open floor plan, so that's a good place to start.
Yeah, I see some potential here. As long as y'all don't get too scared and dump in your drawers.
Oh, that's what the father's for.
I'm reading some really negative energy from this place. Like a lot right in that corner specifically. It's kind of just seeping out. The feng shui of this place is no so good.
I'm imagining that my character's standing in the corner that she's talking about. Just
Yeah.
grunting.
Roxy, you're over in that corner, and you see this sort of like black fluid leaking out of the corner that Rosie is getting the negative vibes from.
Hey, yo, cameraman, let's go. Over there, look.
It's probably just mold. Ghosts aren't real. It always ends up just being mold or, all the number of other things that can go wrong in an old house. So if you guys could help me.
Yo,
and
what
tear
are we
the
in
house
season
down.
3 here? How many ghosts I got to capture on film before you stop talking down to the ghosts? You know what I'm saying? Rosie, why'd you
Father,
bring her in?
like it's okay if she doesn't believe. The rest of us do, so that's good. We just got to take care of the negative energy. Father, what do you need from me? I've got some essential oils we could use. Maybe some spirit salts.
Well, my dear, I have the only tool I need right here. And he'll just hold up a Bible and a cross, I guess.
No.
I'm mad at both of you on behalf of Anson Walker.
I was having a flashback to the original Fright Night. He's like the vampire.
I don't think
This
there's
is
any
all I need.
do your exercisey thing. I think we should just knock the walls down.
But I thought all the walls in here were load bearing. It's only a one room schoolhouse.
Yeah, maybe you should stay in here while I go outside and knock the walls down.
Even I know that's unsafe.
I
Rosie?
suggest we don't knock anything down until we fully cleanse this residence.
Rosie, roll a perception check.
Sure.
Well, Roxy, while they're doing that, we should discuss. I was thinking we could put a raised loft area on the backside that could be used as a private, kind of like a private sleeping space. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm more interested in the knocking down of the building, but yeah, that sounds good. I think we can make a really nice space back there for. Are we trying to recreate a school? What are we trying to turn it into?
A haunted home. Cody's in the background flexing every time the camera's like he's like on the edge behind Chet and and Roxy.
Why do we keep bringing this kid? He doesn't do any work.
Yo, I'm your star potential. They tune in to see me. Check out these guns.
That's all he does.
I got a 36 on my perception roll, Alex.
You sure did. Over in the corner that Centuria was standing in, that Roxy was standing in, you think you see, in just the shadows where the sunlight's sort of filtering in as the sun's coming down, a little girl in a red dress holding a teddy bear with leaking black eyes, who sort of looks at you and waves and then disappears.
Father,
Yes.
I believe we have a category 5 specter, corporeal in nature.
I'm afraid I'm still learning these distinctions and numbers, but they are all taken care of by the same thing.
Maybe we should.
Why did your voice go Morgan Freeman?
You know, if I tried to do Morgan Freeman on purpose, it would never happen. But I tried to do Vincent Price, and suddenly.
Vincent Freeman.
Vincent Freeman.
Oh. Well, maybe we should find out what actual religion she was in life, so you have the correct tools to use to exercise her, my dear father.
I don't think that makes a difference, but you're welcome to it.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Busy dying.
Okay. Oh man.
Do I have my expertise magic for this, Alex?
Yeah, you sure do.
All right, I would like to make a check for that. It's a 26.
So with a 26, you're just sort of perceiving the area and getting a feel of everything. You're pretty sure that that little girl is going to be a problem. She's the kind of ghost that was her warning, and if you all stay here overnight, there is going to be trouble in the form of poltergeist-esque activity. There's going to be maybe people dragged into the wall and never seen again, or dragged into a mattress and turned into a blood splat. A la
Put Cody
Johnny
in
Depp.
there.
Yo, don't talk hate, babe. We know who you got it for.
Which is flattering. But no, thank you.
The way to exorcise this particular spirit is to find her body wherever it is buried nearby and burn the bones.
Chet, how long did you think this makeover was going to take? Oh, Chet, dear.
Well, depending on the stability of the walls, I'm probably a week at most.
Could we start with the floors? Maybe if we find the poor girl's body, we can put her to rest before anything untoward happens to us overnight.
Yeah, we can check with the foundation to make sure it's stable. Yeah.
Roxy, you wanted to wreck things. We could start with the floors.
Roxy has been holding like one of those really big hammers, like not the sledgehammer. I don't think it's a sledgehammer.
It would be a sledgehammer.
Is it a sledgehammer? She just literally like brings it up and just slams it onto the ground. Let's do it.
Roxy is the attacker.
Roxy is the attacker.
So, Roxy, you smash a hole in the ground, and then the commercials begin to roll.
Oh god. What are we doing next? Calvin, that was a good joke. I like that. I like that Kevin Calvin teamwork there. That's good.
Yeah, we've been firing on all cylinders tonight.
I know. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Well, as the static fades, your surroundings have traded out for a futuristic command center. Swooping lines and ramps surround several comfortable chairs and look forward at a wide viewing screen where a reddish-brown planet rotates slowly. Black control panels cover every surface, chirping quietly as they display nonsense symbols that glow soft blue and orange. Your costumes are gone, replaced with one-piece jumpsuits, each with a name stitched into the chest.
How more shows are we gonna go through?
None is necessary.
Yes.
This jumpsuit is not flattering. Why am I in green?
And as you're all sort of settling in, you do see one of the other crew members looks up and says, "Captain, we're approaching the Class 7 planet we picked up on long-range scanners." Sensors are picking up a cloud of EM interference that came out of nowhere.
I'm going to walk up and sit down next to him at the console, but I'm going to do it by lifting one leg over the chair. Back. As I scruff my beard.
Number one, if you would be so kind as to get me a scan of that EM interference, please, and get that down to O'Dooley in engineering as soon as possible. I want to know if we can take the ship down to the planet or if it's going to cause some problems with our scouting mission.
All right, Captain. Grab the data pad sitting next to the console.
Ensign Whitefeather, I would like you to run the information down to Engineer O'Dooley, if you would, please.
Yes, Captain, right away. And he'll sort of bolt over to number one. I can't. And we'll run off for the turbo lift as fast as his little legs will carry him.
And Resident will cross the leg over the other. She sits in her chair and she'll put her hand to the thing. Security Chief Natalia to the bridge, please.
Natalia will come.
And Resident will spin the chair around as you enter the bridge. I believe that first contact protocols may be initiated here. I want to make sure that everyone on the ship is prepared for any hostilities we may encounter. Of course, we have to do this by the book, and we should be peaceful as possible, but I want to be sure that we don't lose anyone on this mission. Is that clear?
Are we sure that we should be engaging with them at all?
We'll determine that when we see what level their technology is. We caught them on long-range scans only. We'll have to do a more thorough investigation of the planet from the atmosphere. But an EM radiation field of this magnitude suggests a high level of intelligence and potential technological advances.
Already the weapons to be on standby for your orders, but don't trust anything that they say.
Well, we'll see about that. I thank you for your candor, Security Chief.
Natalia bites her tongue and then does her little salute and walks away.
As you guys are having this conversation, you notice that the NPCs on the bridge begin staggering about and shaking in their otherwise steady seats.
I look at the monitor to see if we've been attacked.
Looking at the monitor, it looks like the EM interference is causing some turbulence on the ship.
I'll call over to Connor. Hey, do you know what's going on?
I'm giving her all she's got, but the EM field just busted our engines.
Why don't you give me a vehicles check?
Every time Calvin talks for the first time, once we change shows, it just kills me.
Oh man,
I never know what it's gonna be.
I don't know. I'll take that 18 though.
Also, 18 is what you needed. So, tell me how you stabilize the ship as it's flowing and moving. Even though you succeeded, the console you're working on does explode in a shower of sparks that sends a bystander in the engineering department to the floor.
With a Wilhelm scream?
Yep.
So I guess Connor O'Dooley, I guess because he's an engineer, I'm kind of imagining he's more dealing with different panels and switches and stuff. So he's flicking different things, moving power around from different locations on the ship. He'll probably be like, if anyone needs to use the holodeck, I suggest you do it now. I'm about to turn it off. And then he'll switch power from there and put it into the shields or something.
Awesome.
And some Whitefeather comes bursting in with the little data pad. Chief, what's wrong? Can I help?
You see that loose panel over there, lad?
Yes, sir.
Just go and taper down. We don't want that exploding.
Okay. I want it. And Dave's like, shit, I've turned into Wesley.
As you wish.
Wrong Wesley.
Yeah, that's where I went, and it was the same.
So, What the fuck's your character's name? Chief O'Dooley? Why do we have so
Jeez,
many characters' names? Connor O'Dooley. Here we go.
O'Dooley's Rule. Oh, sorry, wrong movie.
No.
Isn't it O'Doyle?
Yes. I was making a bit of a stretch.
You bring the ship in, you stabilize it as it passes through the EM field, and you all come to orbit around the unnamed Class 7 planet. One of the NPCs on the bridge turns to you, Captain, and says, there's a suitable deposit of bitumasite on the surface that should keep the Constellation's FTL engine spooling for a few more months. I suppose you'll want to pick an away team of senior officers to take the shuttle down.
Why, yes. I always want to pick an away team of senior officers and leave the crew completely and utterly crewed by those not quite skilled enough to keep hands on deck. First Mate Henry Lee, Security Chief Natalia Novikov, meet me in the hangar bay. We are going down to check the bitumasite. Oh, and I'll take Ensign Whitefeather and Chief Engineer O'Dooley with me.
Y'all don't need
Gee,
that,
thanks,
right?
Captain. Oh, I do it.
And put on the red shirt.
Captain? I'll get you for this, gem.
Yeah, I guess O'Dooley will just like give the engineering console a friendly pat and look at the other engineers and say, "Now you be careful with her. She'll treat you right if you treat her gently."
Rules to live by. Alright. So you guys board a shuttle and start heading down to the surface. And you know what? I think now that we've touched on all of the shows, except for one, or except for a couple that we'll get to next week, I think that's probably a good place for us to call it for the night.
Before Alex loses it anymore?
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, where's the Alex broken capture?
Dude,
Oh, man.
if they had actually been keeping track of that tonight,
I think
broken.
I think Zal Power Up said it best. Infinity symbol for the broken counter.
Infinity symbol for sure.
And beyond. Oh, sorry.
Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
Wrong
Oh.
space show.
I want to say thank you to Jason Keeley for writing this module so I could add all this nonsense to it.
Thanks, Jason.
Into the Idiot Box is available on Green Ronin's store if anybody wants to do this to their players.
Do recommend. Good time.
I do want to give everybody a chance to say goodbye and make any announcements we need to make. And I will be right back while you guys are doing that. Starting with Kevin.
Okay, well, wow, I feel exhausted. So, I feel almost as Alex said, oh, so you complain about playing a different overdrive every episode, huh? How about if you're 8 different characters in one episode? And, and revisiting Cody. But it was a lot of fun. Obviously, some genres I was a little more familiar with and therefore more comfortable with, but wow, what a mind-blowing experience. I hope everyone else has much fun as I did. Check out the other shows this week and be back here next Monday for more insanity. Over to you, Jonesy.
Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. We dropped the link to the adventure in the chat in case you're here. We will be back tomorrow night with an all-new Tales of the Finest, where our envoys have come across a camp of Kurdish spies and have rescued a captured Ryal. And the fallout from that will be very interesting, I believe. So, looking forward to that. Other than that, yeah, that is what we got. That's what I've got. So, turn it over to Kat.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a great time like me. I don't think I've laughed that much since the episode where we met Davey. And I might not have laughed that much that episode. Like, this was insane, and I hope everybody enjoyed the little like historical romance episode as much as I did, because that was a blast. Um, I wish that the whole stream was like this because it's so funny, but soon we'll be back to being our regular characters and going into, dangerous fights and stuff. So if you like that, um, other than that, come and watch our other shows. We have some cool stuff going on. It's always a joy to be here. Other than that, I'm just gonna go ahead and pass it to Andy.
Yep. Well, thank everyone for hanging out with us as we went completely and utterly crazy tonight with this episode. Last week's episode was a lot of the same, and that sounds like we're going to be doing the same thing next week. So if you're watching this on YouTube as a follow-up, or you're watching this on Twitch as a follow-up, come watch us live next week so you get to enjoy all this insanity as we actually do it. Other than that, well, if we're lucky enough at the end of this coming month of September, Alex and I will be running games at the Origins Game Fair in downtown Columbus that last weekend, the last day of September and the first weekend of October. So if you're interested at all in coming down, if you're in the area, you feel like running some game or playing some games, I believe Alex is running 6. I'm running 4. You can find us in the Origins event catalog at the moment. If you look for, if you look for matinee games, I believe it'll get updated here pretty soon. You can find us that way. But we would look forward to having you guys sit at a table with us and join us for an in-person game if we manage to get that to come to pass. Calvin?
Okay. This might have been one of my, well, not might have, definitely was one of my favorite RPG sessions ever. Um, Probably my actual favorite of all time. Gosh, that was all really good. I'm excited to do more of this next week. So hopefully y'all turn in for that or check it out, on the YouTubes and the Twitches and all that. Again, I'm over on the Win with Dice channel doing. We've got right now weekly podcasts on Wednesdays. We're playing Lancer on Sunday, which is going to be the finale of the season 1 of our series that we were doing, and doing gaming streams every Friday and probably more within the week, but for now, at least Friday at 7. So be sure to go there, check that stuff out. If you subscribe, it'll show up in your box somewhere, your subscription box somewhere. So please go do that, or follow us on Twitter. And I'll pass it back up to Alex.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. This was a lot in a good way. Thank you to my players for indulging my less than gaming nonsense for some of the stuff, but I had fun. We do have an episode of Monster of the Week coming on Wednesday if we didn't talk about that. And we have Something Dragons coming on Friday. And we have a new blog post. I will be continuing my How to Write a Superhero Adventure series this week. We're talking about outlining and creating encounters, so it's going to be, I think that will be helpful for people who are coming from a D&D background or something where the heroes are a little less capable than they are in a superhero role-playing game system. Especially characters like these that our players are playing, who always keep me on my toes and make my face hurt from laughing so much. We are going to go ahead and raid. Who do we want to raid? Looks like Near Dark Society is playing some Vampire the Masquerade, so we'll go raid them real quick for some Chicago by Night.
Cool.
So, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We will see you here, same bat time, same bat channel next week, for more of our fun in the Idiot Box. See you next time.